Ah, too slippery. Help.
Just dig your edges in and carve.
Don't you mean my toes?
Same difference.
Carving is something we already do instinctively. On a slippery hill, you slide down if your feet are flat, but you can really get traction when you tip your feet up and dig into the snow. It's the same thing with your snowboard edges.
Carving means your snowboard will be tipped on edge and you'll make turns without skidding. In a skidded turn, the snowboard slides over the snow, leaving a swish-shaped track. For carved turns, your edge digs into the snow, leaving a thin arc.
Carved turns are faster since the thin edge creates less friction. They are also handy on hard snow because the edge cuts across with less slipping. If you plan on progressing to freestyle, you'll carve in the half pipe and when spinning off jumps.
Carving requires just 2 steps: tipping your snowboard on edge and adding extra pressure. Strap in at the bottom of the hill to practice. Hold on to something sturdy and tip your board on edge. On your toe edge, notice that you have to drive your knees forward to tip the snowboard up. And on your heels, you need to drop your butt like you're sitting in a low chair.
Head to an intermediate run and practice carving across the hill in a traverse. Since you'll be cutting across the run, be sure to look uphill to avoid collisions. For a toe-side traverse, keep your ankles and knees bent and tip your snowboard on edge by driving your knees into the hill. Add more pressure to your front and back toes. Then try adding less. Notice that you don't grab the snow as well when you reduce the pressure. What happens if you reduce the edge angle?
On a heel traverse, think of sticking your butt out to tip your snowboard on edge. You should feel like you're sitting in a low chair and your calf muscles should be pressing on your high backs. Add more pressure to your heels, then less. You want to experiment to find the right amount of pressure and tilt so you cut across the hill without skidding.
Have a look at your track.
If it's a nice thin line, you got it. If it's wide and feathery, keep working.
If you want more practice, try carved garlands. From a traverse, shift weight over your front leg to get your tip pointed downhill.
When you have some speed, tip your snowboard up and power up your edge. You'll make a few toe-side carves in a row. Now try it heel side.
Time to carve a turn. On an intermediate groomed run, practice toe and heel single carves. Go straight and get some speed. Remember, speed will help you. And put weight on your front toe to initiate the turn while tilting your snowboard on edge. Press down on both feet and let the board carve. Turn uphill and come to a stop. Drive your knees into the hill to really get your snowboard on edge.
If you do it right, the turn will feel sharp and fast and you'll leave a clean, thin line in the snow. Do the same thing heel side. Put weight on your front heel to begin the turn while tilting your snowboard on edge. Then press on both heels. Remember to drop your butt into the hill and press your calves on your high backs to really get on edge.
For larger turns, tip the snowboard on edge and add steady, gradual pressure to your edges. For smaller turns, tip your board on edge and quickly apply pressure.
When you can do single toe and heel carves, try linking them together. Carve across the hill in a heel side traverse. Now press down on your front toes. When the board points downhill, go for it. Tip the board up on edge, really feel your ankles and knees tilting up, and add pressure to carve. But this time, don't stop.
When you finish the carve, cut across the hill in a toe-side carved traverse. From this same traverse, press on your front heel to begin pointing downhill. Tip your board on edge, stick out your butt, and add pressure to both heels.
Gradually reduce the length of the traverse between carves, and soon you'll be linking them together. So that's your basic carve. Stay tuned for more drills and tips that'll help take your carving to the next level.